Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jaymie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and white-tailed deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
Today we are talking with Natalie Chaney about the upcoming 2024 TLBAA Horn Showcase. Hi, Natalie.
Hey, Jaymie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you want to take 2 seconds and introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So Natalie Chaney, I'm on the Horn Showcase Committee. This is my third and last year. Everyone is eligible for 3 years on the Horn Showcase Committee. So this is my last. I was in charge of the satellites this year, and I run Diamond Sea Longhorns here in North Carolina.
How about you give us a history of the Horn Showcase?
Sure. So the Horn Showcase, the very first measuring event was held in 2000, and then the first sale with the Horn Showcase took place in 2002. And actually, I found this out today that the entire idea was Dale Hunt's idea. So that was interesting to learn.
So you said 2002. So should we do some math here quick to see what year? This has been going on for 22 years then.
22 years of the sale part. Yep. 24 years of measuring.
Wow. So you mentioned that you were part of the Horn Showcase Committee. Can you tell us who the other people are on the committee?
Yeah, so the committee chairman is Josh Gentry from G3 Ranch. And then we have Matt Bourbon. He ran the fraternities this year. And then Karen Allen is over Bull Alley. And then we have Blake Kinnear, and he was the sale chair this year.
That's a jam-packed weekend. So let's start with the very first day of the weekend and talk about what's going to be happening on Wednesday.
So Wednesday morning is cattle check-in. Tessa Wheeler is the back crew. So if anybody needs to get in other than the normal hours, but every animal has to be on site on Wednesday. Thursday morning, bright and early, the measuring begins at 8 a.m. And then we have seminars in the afternoon. We are doing something a little different with the measuring this year, and that we are going to start with the sale animals like we always do. And then we're going to start with the small, either bulls or heifers. And then we're going to get up to the big bulls or big heifers. We're going to do the big steers. And then we're going to start with the big, probably going to be the big cows. So all of your big twist animals, your big steers, and your big bulls are going to be right smack dab in the middle of the day when everyone's there to watch them instead of, late at night. So we're going to end with the night of measuring with small animals. So start with small, end with small. All the big animals are right there in the middle of the day.
The big animals will be in the middle of the day. How many entries did you have total for the measurement portion?
On site, we have 460 total animals that will be on site.
Wow. Do you have a breakdown of how many bulls and how many cows?
I do not. I do not have a breakdown on those.
So those are on site. How many did you have satellite?
182 in the 22 different locations that we have satellites.
Wow. So that's a good number of animals. Is that pretty normal for the measurement portion?
Yeah, I think we're down a couple of entries from last year's Horn Showcase on site, but it's still a great number of animals. And the satellites are spread out all over the country, so there's one not too far from anybody. So it's really nice to have all of these satellite people, open up their house and homes and allow people to come in and measure all these animals and have a great day with other Longhorn people.
Yeah, definitely. Who is on the measurement crew this year?
It's Joe Sedlacek's team. So I know Matt Marty's a part of it. I know Andrew Shigori's a part of it. He's got his crew that travels every year. So it's the same ones as last year. And then we're just adding on the no bull measurement tool this year. So that'll be new.
Okay. So are there any rules around the measurement that people maybe don't know about?
As far as new rules this year is that we are not going to allow any bending of the tape. So if you have a horn set that's backwards or a little bit downwards, especially on the younger animals, where we would normally bend the tape over the head, bend the tape under the head, and then take the lesser of the two, we're not doing that this year. And so last year we did a little bit of it on site. We weren't taking those measurements, but we were just showing how the tool gives you a true tip to tip on those type of horn sets. But this year it is going to be required, and every satellite has also got one of these tools. So we'll be true tip to tips on those type of horn sets.
And the tool that you're talking about, that's the tool that Matt Marty developed, right?
Yes. Yep. It's called the No Bull Measurement Tool. Anybody has any questions on that, he's got a Facebook page where he takes the tool and goes through multiple different horn sets and how to use it.
And if I'm remembering right from past years, Joe always brings one of his Joe chutes that the animals go in when they get measured. Is that still happening this year?
Yep, absolutely. And we're going to have the scales. They're going to be set in a pen before the Joe chute. So they're going to be measured, and then while a different animal is going to be weighed. And then once the animal is done being measured, then the animal that's being weighed will come out and then get measured. So it'll be a little bit quicker because we're not doing them both all at the same time.
Okay, nice. So you also said that there are seminars happening on Thursday. Can you tell us about the seminar?
Yeah, so at 1 p.m. on Thursday, we have a breeders roundtable. So we did a little bit of this last year, and it went over so well. So many people loved it. We brought back Jimmy Jones again this year, but we added on Terry King, Dale Hunt, Mike Willinger, and Bob Loomis. So the amount of knowledge that's going to be sitting then at that table is going to be unparalleled. Everyone's going to want to take a look at what these guys have to say, bring their questions, whatever that they can come up with. These guys have got the answer. So that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's quite the panel that you have selected. Okay, so that's Thursday. Now let's move on to Friday, which you kick off Friday with the sale.
With the sale at 11 o'clock. And then that's going to be followed by a happy hour Bull Alley reception. And then 6 p.m. will be Bull Alley. And then directly following Bull Alley will be the Coven Fowler and Peyton Howie concert.
Okay, so let's talk about the sale. Who are the sale day contacts for those that may have questions?
Sale day contacts as far as, hauling, there would be Chris Blanton, Vincent Rapp, Matt Bourbon's hauling back east, Cody James, and Wes Clark. If you have any consignment updates, sale updates, anything like that, contact Blake Kinnear or Josh Gentry. If you want to do any updated breeding status or something, you can always text Chase, but Josh and Blake are going to be your main points of contact.
Okay. And you mentioned Chase. Who are you going to have for the auctioneer and the pedigree reader?
Well, the legendary Dan Huntington and, of course, his trusty sidekick, Chase. So they are the dream team when it comes to auctioneers. So, of course, we brought them in again this year. They do an amazing job, and we're super happy to have them.
And if people have questions about the animals in the back, who should they get a hold of, like the back crew?
Oh, the back crew. So the back crew is Tessa Wheeler. So she's doing all of that this year. She's absolutely amazing. Definitely contact her if you have any questions about your animals back there, or if you need to load in or load out at odd times.
And earlier you brought up contacting Josh or Blake if they have updates for their sale animals. Do you know of any updates that you have currently?
We had a couple of scratches. So lots 23 and 54, Austin Roars, and then lot 52, Chris Clark's. So those are our scratches thus far. Hopefully that'll be our only ones, but that's all we've got so far.
And the sale starts out with a few special lots. Should we run down those different special lots?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What do you know about lot A?
The back cover of Trails.
Mm-hmm.
Lot A is going to be the back cover of Trails from May of 2025 to April of 2026. So this is going to be an amazing opportunity to be able to showcase your program on the Trails magazine that goes out to every single member of TLBAA every month. So that I expect is going to be is going to be high dollar. So that's awesome. Definitely grab your partners, split it up, whatever you guys want to do to be able to get your program on the Trails magazine.
How about we move on to lot B?
Is that the two logos,
The
your
guitars.
female on the Horn Showcase logo and your bull on the Bull Alley logo? And then we have the front cover of Trails for the Horn Showcase issue and the Herd Sire edition. We have the back cover of the 2025 Horn Showcase catalog. We have the two guitars, which I have had lots of comments about. People love those guitars.
They're fun. Hopefully, maybe
yeah.
whoever gets the guitar, maybe they could play something for us.
That would be awesome.
Okay, so now let's move on. Oops, actually, before we move on, there's a lot D in there, which is 5 straws of Power Wagon semen, right?
Yes, yeah, and that's to benefit the TLBT youth. So they do not sell any straws on Power Wagon. You cannot get them from this group of people that own them, but they donated 5 straws this year to help the TLBT youth. So he is an amazing bull, and I'm sure you've seen in the fraternity circuit, Jimmy Jones, Neil Merriman, the Tallies, Blundells, and Matt and Heather Wynn. They've been traveling around with some Power Wagon heifers in the fraternity circuit, and they are killing it. So absolutely an amazing donation lot.
Okay, so now let's move on to the donation lot. You have I know the semen was donated, but then also there's a donation lot, which I believe is 1A. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so this is Randy Murray put in this heifer. So Randy Murray is a big sponsor of the Horn Showcase, which I'm sure we'll get into later. But he put in this heifer to benefit the Texas Panhandle Foundation. So there was a lot of flooding this year, and this foundation does an amazing job at helping out Texas ranchers in situations that no one wants to find themselves in. So, and he put in an amazing little heifer. So Golden Jubilee, she's out of Jest Iron, who's, out of the famous Drag Iron and the iconic Jester. And then her dam, she is Platinum Jubilee, who is out of Tempter, and then a clone of Shadow Jubilee. So, there's no holes in this foundation on this heifer, and she's a pretty thing as well. So she's not even a year old at the sale.
So I noticed on her lot 1A, it says bred and owned. And then also in the catalog, there's other little markers in the catalog that are it's noted if the service sire is in Bull Alley, or if they're DNA verified, or if they have DNA markers on file. So that's kind of a fun little thing to have in the catalog to make people aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. People want to know, they want to showcase it. Hey, I've bred and owned this heifer since she was, or heifer or cow, since she was young. And so this is out of my herd and what I'm breeding for. So that's a nice little ticker in there. And then of course, Bull Alley, anyone that's had a service sire or sired by a bull in Bull Alley, we'd like to highlight. So, because Bull Alley is one of the very special things that we do at Horn Showcase that no one else does.
So speaking of Randy, he gave this 1A for the donation, but he also has another special lot in the sale, which I think is lot 13. Can you tell us more about that lot?
Yeah, so Randy also put in 13A and 13B, pick of a heifer. So the first one's out of RJF Lock and Load, who's Cowboy Tough Checks, and M. Arrow Kaching. And then Capital Attire, who's out of that formal attire bull that Randy's been doing fantastic work down there with. So 13B is Country Song Checks, is the sire, who's a Hangin' Tough, and BL Rockin' Cowgirl, who's out of Buana. And then the dam is TT Jaguar Laura. So that's going to be a tally cow out of Jaguar Checks, and who goes back to Expedite and Monica Sue. So both amazing heifers. Again, they're very young, so they unexposed, of course, but that's an amazing pick of heifer lot.
So is he only selling one, or is he going to sell both of them?
Nope, he's going to sell one of them. So,
okay.
Yep. So the buyer's going to have a choice of A or B, and then he's going to take home the other one. So there are no gaps in either one of these heifers, but he wanted to offer something nice, and so he's just going to let the buyer choose which one they want and which one he gets to keep.
Hey, if you love From the Pasture with Hired Hand, why not go check out my podcast, The Big Iron Podcast with Andrew Shigori, where we dive into the world of registered Texas Longhorns and what it means to be an agriculture entrepreneur in the modern world, with a little southern flair, of course. Find The Big Iron Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Pasture by Hired Hand is presented by R3 Hilltop Ranch. Located in Chilton, Texas, R3 Hilltop Ranch has been breeding registered Texas Longhorns since 2006. What began as 3 heifers has grown into our current herd, which you can explore on our website at r3hilltop.com. We're passionate about loud colors, longhorns, and docile temperaments. But it's the easy-keeping, low-maintenance traits of Texas Longhorns that initially attracted us and continue to drive our herd growth. In addition to livestock, we proudly offer certified Longhorn beef products. Visit r3hilltop.com/beef to learn more. Thank you for listening and enjoy exploring our ranch online at r3hilltop.com.
Do you sometimes feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it all figured out? Rural life can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be.
Welcome to Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, the podcast for women who are craving connection, laughter, solidarity, camaraderie, and just overall encouragement in your everyday life and dreams.
Each week, your hosts, Annalise, that's me, and Courtney will cover topics such as farm life, mom life, making money online, side hustles, hobbies, sharing on social media, jobs off the farm, and so much more.
Us rural gals need to stick together, so saddle up for some fun, real, and unsolicited advice and stories from our everyday farm lives.
Grab a drink, we're Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, and we're here to help. Listen wherever you find podcasts.
Love what you're hearing? Be sure to check out our Pickup Truck Confessions. It's a video series where we hop in the truck or rental car and interview a variety of breeders about what drives their passion for their livestock, how they got started in the breed of their choice, marketing tips, and more. And now, back to the podcast.
So typically at this point in the podcast, I play a little game where we talk about the top 5 animals viewed. But I thought we would shake it up a little bit this time. And I'm going to just pick a random lot and you can talk about the animal. Are you ready for this?
Sure. But full disclosure, I am no Chase, so I will try my best.
All right. So let's see here. I'm just going to flip through the catalog here on my iPad, and we're going to land on, how about lot 7?
7. Okay, let me get to mine. So lot 7 is Wayne and Joanna Manning's Rockabye Baby. Yes. Okay. So this is a cool cow. So this is a true black cow. And I actually looked, and all of her offspring are also true blacks. So anybody who's in that, wants a true black, wants to get some true black in their herd, this is going to be the girl for them. So, and it looks like they bred this one to Cactus Jack, who is the face of Bull Alley. And this cow just has an awesome low twist. So she's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And it looks like her service sire is also, Cactus Jack will also be in Bull Alley. So they can take a peek at him there.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone should go and take a look at this bull. So he's pretty spectacular.
All right, let's do another one. How about 18?
18 is 3P Royal Black Cadillac. They always have the best names, the Shigotas, I swear. They do really well at naming all of their animals.
It's maybe when Jason's been drinking bourbon, they decide to name them.
Yeah, that's got to be it. So, yeah. Well, no more bourbon for Barb. So she is expecting. That is awesome. I told her congratulations this past weekend. I mean, they are 2 awesome people. So, but yeah, I do love their name. So Royal Black Cadillac. So this is a black and white heifer. It looks like she's just over a year old, but they did not expose her quite yet. However, they are going to include 2 straws of their bull, Just a Cowboy, to go with her. So, and he is going to be in Bull Alley again. So that one's going to be highlighted in the catalog. So this bull is absolutely amazing. Everyone needs to go and see him. He's just truly, truly gorgeous. So Royal Black Cadillac, again, she is only a year old. She's out of the TK Royalty and then the PG Black Friday. So the Royalty is out of the Houdini and a Royal Toughette, who's out of Cowboy Checks. And then PG Black Friday is out of Front Runner, who's a Rimrock son. And I absolutely love Rimrock. He makes really feminine and long heifers. So I'm excited to see her in person.
Okay, so then another one. How about we do 22?
22 is Maggie's Spirit HCL, McCallum Brandy Beck. So this is another heifer. This is just over a year old as well. So she is out of Spirit Checks, who's an Expedite son, and out of BL Sassafras, who is an amazing cow that I was able to pick up this year. So she's out of 50/50 BCB. And then on her dam side is Maggie May, who's a Swagger daughter. So that's an amazing pedigree. And she also has the Wonder Woman crown on her forehead. So she's already a superhero.
All right, flipping the pages. And how about 28?
28 is 4L Notorious Lace. So Sean and Haley Loftus. So this heifer, she is 2 years old. So she has been bred to plead the fifth. So she is out of a bull named Notorious, who's a 50/50 son out of Rex's Red Rose. Now that dam is absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, that's a heck of a bloodline on that bull Notorious. And then her dam is out of TCC Houdini, which brings in Sharpshooter and Rio Rose as well. So stacked both sides with the Rose line. But she is, well, I don't want to name tip to tips and weights and all that kind of stuff, because obviously we're going to do that on site. But this is going to be one to watch when she goes through to get measured.
Okay, flipped a few more pages and let's land on 32.
32, WW Cowgirl Catch It, John and Christy Randolph. They do amazing pictures. I tell you what, I don't know if they get Dylan to run out there and do this or if it's John, but they really know how to take iconic pictures. This cow is absolutely gorgeous, and they took the best picture for her. So she is like a brindle tiger striped cow, absolutely gorgeous. Sun shining just right. I mean, she's out of Cowboy Catch It Checks. And then River Folks Divine. So she's coming out of the dam side, coming out of Terry King's program. So looks like she's already got DNA on file, and she's been typed for color. So she's wild on both sides. She will be coming to the Horn Showcase already bred. And let's see, 3 months bred. So a 3-in-1 package. So this is going to be awesome. But she is an absolutely gorgeous cow.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Lonesome Pines always takes killer pictures.
Yeah.
Next one, let's go to, how about 35?
35. JHCC Rosie Bear. Oh, this heifer, I don't know what to say about this heifer's color. I mean, she is just absolutely one of a kind. The picture in this, I bet you in person, it is not going to do her justice. She is just absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to see her in person. So she is out of Bear Claw, PCC Bear Claw, who is out of a Saddlehorn and WF Dumplin. We all know Dumplin creates some awesome offspring. So that's the sire on her, and she's out of Patent Rose and Patent HB. So Patent HB is probably where, well, it's either going to be Patent HB or Dumplin that's given her that frosty blue color. So she's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see her in person. But that's an awesome consignment. She's just a little over 2 years old. So definitely be looking for her, because she is a photography-worthy animal.
All right, flipping a few more pages. Let's go to, how about 39?
39, Fancy 50, HCL, Austin and Savannah Roar. So, I mean, this is a 50/50 daughter. So she's phenomenal. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find 50/50 daughters that aren't phenomenal, but this one in particular is absolutely gorgeous. So she's got the beautiful conformation that 50/50 gives, the nice low rolling horn that he gives. I mean, she is just typed out perfect. And of course, 50/50 is no longer. And so the daughters of him are getting harder and harder to find. So on her dam side, she's out of Fancy Work, who's out of Working Man Checks. So she's got a lot of old school bloodlines in there that is going to make this one an amazing cross out for anyone's program.
Flipping a few more pages, and how about, let's do 43.
43, Hubble's Roman Maid, Callie and Mike Smith. So this is a gorgeous animal as well. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find any that aren't gorgeous in here, but she is out of Hubble's Roman 7. He's over 90 inches, who's out of the legendary Hubble's 20 gauge, of course. And then Hubble's Tari Ketchit. And then her dam is PCC Iron Maiden, who's out of Iron Mike. So that brings in the Hunts Command Respect line. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous animal. Full figured, tall, speckled up. I mean, there's all sorts of spots going on in this cow. So that's absolutely amazing. And then to top it all off, she has a PCC Dark Knight heifer at side that's coming to the sale. So I haven't seen pictures of the heifer yet. I'm waiting to see it in person, but I bet you with her and then Dark Knight. And Dark Knight's actually going to be in Bull Alley. So see him for the first time. We haven't seen him since he was young. So it'll be exciting to see him in person. And then this one's got a heifer at side out of him. So that's a really, really great package. And we appreciate Callie and Mike for letting us consign this one.
All right. So this time, should we give a little shout out to the creator of the horn showcase and the sale, Mr. Dale Hunt? Let's do lot 47.
Mr. Dale Hunt. I didn't know that he's the one who came up with the whole idea. We'll have to get the story from him in person.
I'm sure it's a good one.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So he's got a consignment. It's HBR Josie May. So this is a Ricky McLeod Home Branch Ranch bred cow. And Outlaw Josie is the sire on this one. He goes back to RZ Josie Wales and the RZ Asa Maid. So I saw Outlaw Josie quite a few times down at Ricky's place. And he is just the most speckled up, gorgeous, gorgeous bull. Unfortunately, he did pass away last year and there was no semen collected on him ever. So his daughters are going to be very hard to find going forward. So this is definitely one to take a look at. And then on Josie Way's dam side, she's out of HBR Roll On Sassy. So both Ricky McLeod bred on top and bottom. And like I said, Outlaw Josie is dead and gone. So you're going to want to take a look at this one because it's fine. It's going to be hard to find anything out of him going forward.
All right. I'm going to flip a couple pages here. How about, let's do 55.
55. Terry and Sherry Adcock have JHCC Calamity Jane. Now this one is a bighorn girl. And again, I'm not going to read off measurements or weights or anything like that. We're going to do them all on site. And I hope everyone comes and watches all these animals go through and Joe to measure. But she is a phenomenal heifer. I mean, straight out horns. Can't get any better on that. She's out of Rock On, who's Rocky EOT, and Maxine EOT. So that's going to bring in the Rio Ranger, Titan EOT. And then on the bottom side, her dams is Rustic Garage, which Rustic makes me think that's Ann Gravitz breeding, who's out of, again, Hubble's 20 gauge. Can't have anything without having 20 gauge in there. He's legendary in his own right, and he brings in that concealed weapon line.
All right. How about, we'll just go with the last lot of the sale, lot 58.
58. BCR True Love 106, Bill and Suzanne Torkelson. So let's see. This is a 22021. So she is just 3.5 years old. She is out of Chewed Up BCR, who's a Cowboy Tough Check son. And her dam is a Swagger BCB son. So, I mean, that's going to bring in horn genetics on both sides for sure. And they are bringing her pregnant to M7 Great Iron. So that is going to be out of the Manning line. So that's an amazing bull as well. So she's a real pretty heifer, put together right, clean underneath. As Chewed Up BCR, I mean, that's the way that he likes to mark up his heifers. So this is a real nice one.
So the last one, I kind of cherry picked this one because I think everyone probably wants to know a little bit more about her. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think she is the longest horn cow in the sale, lot 3.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's the longest horn cow to be sold at auction this year.
Oh,
Katie K, Misty Maiden, Josh and Brittany Gentry. This one I'm sure hurt to put in. So she is a big girl. She is real deep. She's long bodied and she's got an amazing, amazing horn set. So I think they had her at 105 or something. And I hate to do measurements because of course we're going to do it on site, but she was at 105. So I think that she's going to be the longest tip to tip so far in 2024 to be sold.
very nice. That'll be a fun one to watch.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
So anything else about the consignments or the consigners that we maybe forgot to talk about that you want to mention?
I don't think so. Of course, a lot of them are sponsors, which I know we're going to get into. So, we'll give shout outs to them again, but I think that we're good on the consignments so far.
Okay.
Hopefully nothing changes.
Okay, cool. And then you said the Bull Alley reception starts at 5. Bull Alley starts at 6. How many bulls do you have this year in Bull Alley?
We have 22 bulls. I do believe, yes. 24 bulls. I'm sorry, 24 bulls. I was about to knock it down. Do I have a minute to read them off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. We have PCC Cactus Jack, who is the Pace, Gilliland, Manning, and Loomis partnership. We have Gold Mine. That's Chase, Pace, Stone, Hardy, Craft partnership. We have BR Cracker Jack, which is Loomis and Torkelson partnership. We have Bodacious 244. That's Jones, Stone, Metz partnership. We have JH Lightning in a Bottle. That's Freeman, Hess, Jernigan partnership. We have PCC Runaway Gray. That's the Nicodimes. We have HLC Supernatural. That one's out of Hardcastle Land and Cattle. Jambox is Freedom Ranch. We have Timeline from Leonard New River Ranch. We have TFP Kingsford. That's the Montex partnership. PCC Dark Knight, which I mentioned earlier, from Cold Copper Ranch. He's coming. Cut and Dried from Diamond B. They're bringing him back again this year. BR Real Deal, which is Murray, Gravitt, and Twining partnership. Native Legends from the Hoosiers. Iron Man HR, which is Harold Landis partnership. Just a Cowboy, who I called out earlier, the Shigodas. Shigodas actually have 2. They've also got TKR Royalty coming. DH Hired Hand, Dale and Jennifer Hunt. BR Carbon Copy from Hidden Springs. DCR Roman's Jest, which is mine and the Henry's partnership. We have Hubble's Roman Crown from Crown Creek Cattle. BR Mr. Wright from Karen and Brian Allen. RJF Lock and Load, which is TPF Torgensen MWR Oaks. And then HL Double Barrel from FMB Land and Cattle, which I think is now under a partnership. So that'll have to get updated on that sheet.
That's quite the list. For those people who have never actually seen Bull Alley, can you explain how it works?
Yeah, so this is unique. Only the Horn Showcase does this. And it is absolutely important for people to see these bulls. We all see pictures of them, but like I said, some people can really, really take good photographs and they put them in the most perfect light and they're standing the most perfect. And then some people not as good at it. This is everyone's chance to think about their herd and think about what that they need to bring in to their herd. And they're able to see these bulls in person and be able to get semen deals this weekend. So what we do is we'll bring out all the bulls. Everyone's got a custom song. I've got the list of songs. Actually, I've got to get working on. Every bull comes out to a custom song. They're under lights and lasers, and the music is pumping, and these bulls come out for the full song this year, and everyone kind of gets to see them in all their glory out into the show ring. So it's an amazing thing that we do for Bull Alley, and it's a great place to showcase your bull and show everyone how amazing that he is. I highly recommend it for anybody who's got a bull, is to at least 1 year bring him down to Bull Alley. It's very cool.
Well, and if people can't be there, which hopefully they can be there in person, if they can't be there in person, we'll be streaming it online for everyone to watch as well.
And
so I know,
super appreciate that. Absolutely.
Yep, of course. So we know that semen is available. Can people buy semen ahead of time, or is it only available the weekend of the Horn Showcase?
I think you can start calling the office now to get semen sales. It usually goes on for the week of. So if you are there and you bring your tank, Champion is on site with all of these straws, or most of the straws. There might be some back there. But they bring 50 straws of each bull. They're on site. If they sell more than that, we can have it shipped. But if you want to bring your tank and get your straws while you're there, we've got some really great deals going on. There's some bulls that have really cut down the prices just to be able to get some offspring in people's hands. And like I said, you're able to see these bulls in person and kind of judge them and figure out where in your herd you'll be able to use them.
So then after Bull Alley, everyone heads to the banquet room and they can enjoy the concert that starts at 8 p.m. And who did you say was playing?
It is the Peyton Howie and opening for Kevin Fowler. So, and New Age Cattle, Randy and Lucky Mountain Longhorns, Mike Davis are actually the concert sponsors there. Concert sponsors. Wow.
So Mr. Wayne Manning always talks about how he's really good at singing and he likes karaoke. So maybe we could get him on stage to sing a song or two with Kevin.
That would be awesome. If not, I'm sure he'll definitely do that at the piano bar.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to Saturday. Futurity starts right away at 9 a.m.
Right
how many classes do you have?
We have, 18 classes. We have 169 entries. Bulls and heifers will be coming out. And then I did get the list and I was approved to tell you of the judges. So we have Randy Murray, we have Dan Grove, we have Ricky McLeod, we have Glendenning, and we have Tony Stegmuller.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Quite the lineup of judges. So yeah, the fraternity will start first thing that morning, and then it will be followed by the luncheon. And during the luncheon, we'll do the awards. So, and if you need tickets for the luncheon, they're available in the office at the back of that's also where the Bull Alley semen sales are. They'll be in the back of the barn.
Okay. And then I'm assuming the concert was in the same room that it was last year, and that's where the luncheon and the awards will be given out to.
Yes. And actually that's where our stage is going to be. So we've changed it a little bit to this year. So now the animals are going to come into that room where we had the concert, and the ring is set up in there and the chute will be set up in there. And so we'll all be inside of that room. We'll have lots more room for everybody to be able to see the ring, and we'll bring all the animals into there and then they'll go out the other door. So it's a little bit different setup, but we'll be able to fit more animals inside, and then we'll be able to get more people around the sale ring.
Very nice. That'll be fun. It's a nice change.
Looking for top quality Longhorns and a taste of true Texas spirit? Look no further than Cantera Cattle Company. Our passion for Longhorns shines at Old Gringo Ranch, where tradition meets excellence. Visit us online at CanteraCattleCompany.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates and ranch life fun. Ready to experience it yourself? Schedule your visit by emailing canteracattle@gmail.com. Remember, God is great, Longhorns are good, and life is crazy.
Hidden Springs Ranch, located in central North Carolina, is committed to registered Texas Longhorns. From our high-end breeding stock down to our delicious Longhorn beef sticks, check us out at hslonghorns.com or on Instagram at Hidden Springs Ranch. Hidden Springs Ranch, where they're bred to turn heads.
So now let's talk about the awards banquet, which I believe happens at 1:30. Can you talk about the awards that will be given out and what those awards are, if you're willing to share those?
Yep. So we'll, of course, do all the horn measuring awards. So we'll have the tip-to-tip, total horn, and composite. All the awards will be there on site for you to go ahead and pick up. There'll be a place for you to go and get your picture taken. We also have the fraternity awards that we'll be giving out. We'll also do the Calcutta awards. And then we'll do the superior animal awards. So, and then of course there's always, the top semen sales bull, and then there's the People's Choice bull. So we'll announce those as well.
And people for the measurements, they'll start getting the bronzes this year, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Very nice. So that takes us all the way through Saturday, and then it's Sunday. What time do people have to have all the animals out by Sunday?
Noon. Yeah. And right after the awards, everyone will be able to start loading up if they want to leave. And so there'll be lots of time that evening for everybody to start going. If you've got a long haul and you don't want to go out till Sunday, that's absolutely no problem. We're just hoping everybody is out by noon.
Okay. And I know earlier we mentioned sponsors a few times. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about them now. Let's give them some credit for sponsoring the Horn Showcase.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be able to do the event without them. So, I mean, every event that we put on, and this is a big one, this is 3 full days of events. And so it takes a lot, and we always have to give our sponsors a lot of credit. So the overall show sponsor, Randy Murray, he really, really stepped up this year and said, hey, let's make this a great event. So anybody sees him, please give him a shout out and let him know that he's appreciated in all that he does. So he did a lot this year for the Horn Showcase. So, and how we break down our sponsorships is we have Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and each one of these packages is a different price, and you get different things for each one. As far as sale consignment, pedigree, you get a full page instead of the half. We also do advertising in the Bull Alley catalog, the Horn Showcase or the sale catalog. We do e-blasts, we do stuff and trails. So all of these different packages have different things. So Pearl is one of our highest, and the Sillers, they stepped up and said, absolutely, we want to help out the event. And so the Sillers got to the Pearl package. Under the Ruby, we have Bentwood Ranch, Richard Phillip, Circle Double C, Chris Clark, and Hudson Longhorns. Again, definitely thank them. Those guys are essential. So Sapphire, we have Mark Gilliland, Flying Bee Longhorns. Emerald, we have Silver Tea Ranch, Kurt Twining, and we have T.S. Adcock Longhorns. The Topaz package, Diamond Sea Longhorns, Helm Cattle Company, G&G Longhorns, Hidden Springs Ranch, KDK Longhorns, and Lonesome Pines. For the open bar sponsors, we had Elizabeth Fritz Longhorn. She is our liaison from the board onto the Horn Showcase Committee. And then we have Circle A Longhorns. That's Karen and Brian Allen. And Karen really likes tequila, we found out. So feel free to buy her a drink at her own open bar. For Bull Alley sponsorships, we have Cold Copper. We have Glendenning Farms. We have Hoosier Longhorns, FMB Land and Cattle, Leonard New River Ranch, Bull Creek Longhorns, Crown Creek Longhorns, Diamond B Longhorns, and Chisholm Range Gary Becker. So, and then as I mentioned with the concert is Randy Murray and Lucky Mountain Ranch. Do we have time to go over the fraternity sponsors as well?
Of course, yeah. Go ahead.
So Grand Champion Bull, we have Buxton Longhorns. Grand Champion Female, we have Diamond B. The Reserve Bull is Flatland Longhorns, and Reserve Female is Landis Farms. Class sponsors are Lonesome Pines, Hudson, Ironwood Ranch, DR Henry Ranch, Rolling Hills Ranch, Jeremy James from 3J, Rockin' RB Ranch, Show Me Longhorns, Roger Cole, Leonard New River, and G3. And there's a lot of these people that did more than one, like G3, Leonard New River, Lonesome Pines. They did a class sponsor, and they also did like the Topaz package. So those are people who are going above and beyond, and we super appreciate those and want to make sure that those are known. So also we have Terry King, Plain Dirt Farms, MK House, Double K Longhorns, and then of course M7 Manning, not to be left out.
Natalie, as I'm looking at this page that's in the catalog next to the page for the sponsors, I think we maybe kind of forgot one of the more important details of the Horn Showcase is its location. I don't think we've talked about that.
Yeah, it is at the Canadian County Expo Center, which is in El Reno, Oklahoma. So it's on the west side of Oklahoma City, closer to the airport. If anyone wants to fly in, it's much, much closer to the airport than it is than the downtown Oklahoma City or whatever. It's on the airport side. So there's plenty of hotels near there. There's a casino just up the road. There's a great sushi place. All sorts of things to do there in El Reno, but it's at the Canadian County Expo Center. It's right off the highway. You can see it from the highway.
Well, is there anything that we forgot to talk about?
I guess there is one thing that I did want to mention is that Wednesday, if anyone wants to get their animals' feet trimmed, Samuel Fask will be on site. So just reach out to him and let him know if you want to get on his schedule to get their feet trimmed. And then Justin Savio is going to be collecting heifer sex on bulls early on Wednesday. We do have a couple of slots still available. If anybody is interested in having their Futurity bull or even their Bull Alley bull recollected, he is going to be there on site and able to do that for you early Wednesday morning. So, because we have to get it out to Sexing Technologies. So that early must be, enunciated there. So, but reach out to him or reach out to me to get you guys on that schedule. That's just a little bit of extra stuff that we do for people who are traveling.
Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to talk about the Horn Showcase, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Jaymie.
Yep.